I'd like to call the meeting to order. All board members are present. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a short agenda today and then a work session meeting at the end of this. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 7-0. Consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0. The action items for tonight are some memorandums of understanding. Sandy's going to go over those.
Yeah, so there are 3 MOUs. These relate to the lost time that non-certified staff, the unpaid time, non-certified staff has had to take because of all the snow days. The 7 snow days and 2 late starts. And the non-certified groups, there's 3 groups that basically just have 1 snow day in their contract. And then the rest are taken unpaid. And because we've had 7 plus 2 late starts, they have lost an awful lot of money. So following the 6th, 7th day, the last day, I guess, Tim asked me to look into and to meet. We met with the various groups to talk about being able to use sick time for the last 2 and then any future this year. So they would get paid, but they'd have to use sick time. If they didn't have sick time, they would have to take it unpaid. So it would be for the last 2 snow days and any future ones this year. And then it would expire, the MOU would expire. The reason there's 3 of them, we have one for the transportation group. They also say that, well, let me say something else first. And nutrition services, the paraprofessionals is different because in our kids company and RAP program, or our RAP program, we are asking now paras to work that time. So there was a little caveat in that one that said if you're given the opportunity to work, obviously you can work and then use any difference between your normally regular scheduled time and what you actually work to take sick time for that. Let's see, the 3 of them also have attendance incentives where if they use, they're all just slightly different, but if they don't use, too many sick days, they can get a very minimal amount of pay. And so the MOU also says that these sick days will not count towards the attendance incentive, or would not count against the attendance incentive. So we're trying to be really fair to them. We have done other things as a district because we understand how these people don't make a whole lot to begin with, and for them to have all these pay deducts taken out of their check was a hardship. So we took like the first 4 or 5 of them and didn't take it all out of one check, but took it out over 4 checks. So so they didn't have one check that was almost 0. We have some employees in these groups that take family insurance, and they would have had a negative paycheck because of the large amount, to pay for family insurance. So we've been trying to work with them so it doesn't bite so hard out of one check. But after the 7th one, we thought we need to try to do something for these people. So we worked with SEIU and the internal union reps and came up with these MOUs. There is one small caveat in them also. I've actually been listening to the legislative session, the House session just now, and they're stuck on an issue, but they were supposed to be talking about snow days. You've heard that there's a couple of bills in the legislature that allows districts to count snow days this year towards their minimum 165-day requirement because of the number of snow days. One of the bills, actually, the House bill did have in it that if you were non-certified, you were scheduled to work and you didn't work, you would either have to allow them to make it up or pay them for it. The current bill that is up, that was passed in the Senate and that now is being introduced in the House, hopefully in the next hour or so, would say if you use those days towards your minimum 165, you'd have to pay them for it. So what I put in the MOU is just if the legislator passes something that requires payment, we would have to, revisit this, basically. And I was hoping that they would vote last week, they didn't, so hopefully it'll be resolved by the end of this week, but it's possible we'd have to revise it again. It's kind of a fluid situation.
I think this is a good idea. As an employer, we need to have a heart for people and understand that this is a very unique situation and that we do care about people and their financial impact that this amount of snow days has had. And I think it's a right message that we're sending to the employees.
Yes, and like I said, it's just the last two in any future for this year. I have a feeling it's going to come up in negotiations this year, the snow days, because right now we offer one snow day in each of these contracts, one paid day.
So how would that work with us doing blended learning?
Well, the teachers work that day, but non-certified don't. So these are like food service people and bus drivers. There's no buses or vans that day. And the paras don't work because they don't, so blended learning doesn't really affect them at all. It just means that we don't make up the days, in which case they lose more money because we don't make up the days.
And after the first snow day, those are contracted days for teachers.
Right. So teachers are paid because they're working, but there's really no work for paras, food service, and transportation employees to do. Any other questions?
Oh, so we just need a motion to approve each one of these?
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the MOU for transportation employees.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
I'll make a motion to do the MOU for the nutrition services.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
I'll make a motion to approve the MOU for paraprofessionals, nurses, and CSPA.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you. Sign, right? Yeah, okay. It's been so long.
So we just need to adjourn this meeting and go on to our work session.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.